Hi guys, we are just in I guess the downtown part of this little town, so it's not so downtown, but it is really cute. But we are going to go to this military museum over here. I've been really wanting to go, and we're only here a few more days, so I wanted to hit it while we could and just kind of see it. So we're going to cross over and look at it, and I'll kind of share. Hey guys, this is where we are going. So cute. Looks like I said, like they're restoring the building. Part of
they didn't vote for or against the war. They're neutral.
They were neutral here, yeah. Huh? But
I don't know if that's even.
Is that a thing? Can you be neutral when there's a war? I think you have to pick a side. Okay, I'm going to try to do a voiceover as best I can because it was really loud in here. There was several elderly men there, and they were talking a bunch about things. But this box here, I want to note, this is a hidden box, and it's actually the original box, not the items in it, but the original box that in the county of Tennessee where I'm at. I guess they didn't have a lot of the war. They wasn't fought here, but they had a lot of like deserters or, you know, people, renegades and different people that would come and try and loot them or hurt them. So they ended up making these boxes out of the wood there and burying them in the ground to keep save their possessions so they wouldn't be robbed. And then a lot of the guys caught on to this, and they would stick their swords in the ground, and if they hit wood, they would dig it up. So this particular box was buried 2 sabers deep so that they wouldn't find it. And that's how they stored their possessions. And that has lasted because of the wood that they use. I forget the wood that they said, but it is native to Tennessee, and it doesn't rot. It doesn't. It's resistant to water. It's and mold, and it's really cool. Anyway, I'm just going to walk through this museum and kind of share with you guys a few of the thoughts. They had it in stages with the Civil War, World War I, World War II, and then like the Vietnam and Korean War, and then the Desert Storm War. And I guess a lot of things had been donated here, but the differences in the uniforms and the weaponry is it's very interesting as well. And a lot of things have been donated here. So I was mostly interested in, they had several women's clothing like this one here. Of course, I, as a woman, that's what I would have been wearing. So I just like to picture myself in that era. This is the World War I wall over here. So my ancestors were in Italy during this war, so I didn't have any relatives that I'm aware of. I'm sure I did, but nobody in the U.S. that fought in this war. My ancestors were not here at that point. So anyway, they had all these different kinds of pictures of soldiers, hats. You can again, there's the weaponry. It was absolutely fascinating to see the advancement in technology as well here. Here's a whole bunch of different medals and awards that they would get. And there's the boats. And those are missiles they actually used. Isn't that crazy that they still have those? I thought that was fascinating to see all the differences, like I said. And you'll see quite a bit of World War I as you move around the wall here. This, again, was all World War I. I think they have bits here and there of that, I believe, was from World War II, right there. I don't know why it was in that section, but the USS Missouri, I remember that from World War II. So, yeah, just moving down, showing you guys all the different things. It was very interesting, the different patches even, the different acknowledgements. Again, the technology, look at that. That's old technology that they actually used. So it's just very, very, very interesting. And I'm very much drawn to history because I really believe if you don't learn your history, you can't learn from its mistakes. So it shouldn't be sugar-coated and overlooked. Again, a lot of the views on different things I may not agree with, but I feel like it's so important for us to learn the truth so that we can grow and move on from there and do better. Now we're entering World War II over here, And this I actually had, my grandfathers were in the U.S. at this point and were stationed there. So yeah, this is where my mother's father served in this war. He was actually in Hawaii when it was attacked. He was on leave for my mother's birth, and so my dad's father as well was on leave for his birth. So anyway, it's just crazy that they were away for that. There's different coins. I thought it was a really extensive collection. It was really good. I was really impressed with it again. And there's different uniforms there. As they change, I really like looking at the change of the uniforms. There's the Navy. Again, that one in the back is what my grandfather had. I've seen it before. He had one like that. And yeah, you guys, a lot of Americans, again, lost their lives for the protection of our freedom. And I think whether or not you agree with it, you have to. You have to acknowledge it. And there was a POW camp for Nazis in this area, and this is kind of the outline of that POW camp, kind of sharing that. And this is moving on to the Korean-Vietnam War, which my father served in. This is still World War II. Yeah, all the ladies I love that all the ladies did their part. They were all making the machinery, making everything they could to kind of help with the war effort. There was a lot of love to be an American at that point that we have sadly lost. And this is the Vietnam and Korean War. And this is why I have a love for the military, you guys, is because I have so many relatives. As soon as they came to the U.S. and they could, they signed up and fought for the freedom of America. And then even my father, who didn't want to fight but was drafted and served honorably to defend his country, and he was injured in this war. So there's just I have a lot of pride for that, because not pride is a bad word, but just a lot of gratitude, I guess is a better word. But here is the different medals and different things they had there, and different achievements. This was a miserable time for my father, and he's talked very little of it. I know a few stories that he's shared, mostly with my boys as they've grown. But he was a miserable time for him, he said. This is the Desert Storm, and I had 4 brothers that served in this war. And one of them was seriously injured, and, he was seriously injured. So, again, I just have a lot of gratitude for those who are willing to put their lives at risk for our freedom, and for the families that wait for them behind. But these are all the different areas here. I remember this war very much because I was, younger, but still involved in this. And then I went back over to show you guys some of the journals from the Civil War era that were donated, because I didn't feel like I was able to get a good enough look at some of this because there's a lot of people in here. But just the way that they, all the different things. And they have several different plaques about General Lee and his love for the Union. Tennessee was divided in half, they said. Half of them were pro-Union and half were pro-Southern. But that is it. Thank you, guys.